Linda, thank you. That was amazing. Okay, and now it's time to introduce our speaker. I'm just going to put myself on, let me get it out here. I'm on my phone, everybody, so I apologize that I'm not, it's not exactly as smooth as it usually goes. Okay, it's now a tremendous chus to introduce Zelda Chazan. Zelda is going to be our speaker for today. Zelda Chazan has a passion for helping people reach their full potential, emotionally and physically. She was the director of the English department at Shalem College for complementary medicine in Jerusalem, as well as an instructor until the pandemic forced the college to close in 2021. Zelda runs a dynamic private practice in Geula using TAT, energy healing, massage, reflexology, aromatherapy, crystal, and Bach flower therapy. B'siyata d'shmaya, Zelda will share with you what TAT is and how it can transform your life so that you can be the best possible you, regardless of past challenges and background. Originally from Marblehead, Massachusetts, Zelda lives in Yerushalayim with her Yerushalmi husband, his 13 children, and her 6 sons. For further information or scheduling an appointment, zeldachazan@gmail.com or 052-764-4214. So now it is my great pleasure to introduce Zelda Chazan.
Good morning, ladies. I don't even know where to begin. I've never been part of such an amazing group. And I'm truly honored. I can't believe that this is going on. That people from all over the world are connecting at one time to say Tehillim, to learn Torah together. I feel very humbled and very honored to be part of this group. And not only that, I hope to be part of it in the future as well, because I think it's something so special. And whoever the organizers are, that you should always be zochek to continue to mechazik Klal Yisrael and bring achdus to Klal Yisrael. It's really an amazing thing, something that I didn't know existed, and it's a beautiful way to use modern technology. Okay, so my name is Zelda Chazan, and I have a private practice in Jerusalem in the Geula area. I use several modalities in my practice, but the one that I'm going to be talking about today is called TAT, or the Tappist Acupressure Technique. Okay, TAT is a modality that can release physical and emotional traumas, anxiety, stress, grief, anger, any kind of abuse that a person has experienced, physical abuse, emotional abuse, unfortunately sexual abuse as well. It can help people get unstuck and move forward in their life. Being stuck could be you're looking to get a job and you can't seem to move forward to take the actions to get a job. It could be that you're trying to get married and you can't seem to find the right one, or you can't seem to make a decision, or you can't even bring yourself to go to a shadchan. It can heal negative behaviors in children. And it can help with bedwetting. It can stop bedwetting. It can help change negative patterns of behavior. If a person normally responds with anger or with frustration to a particular situation in their home, with their family, with their children, with their spouse, with their mother-in-law. So TAT can be beneficial to help a person change whatever the trigger is that's causing them to respond in a negative way and enable them to respond in a positive way without consciously focusing on that they're making an effort. It becomes natural, becomes embedded in the subconscious mind, and enables them to behave the way that they actually want to behave. What's really amazing about TAT is that you don't have to go into what happened. It's not like talk therapy that you have to tell your story, pull up your dirty laundry, tell everything that's going on. TAT enables you even just to focus on the issue, give it a name, a title, and then do the steps of TAT, and the T-pool is effective. Okay, so how does TAT work? During the treatment, the client releases subconscious traumas, emotions, sensations, or limiting beliefs that are blocking the person from healing. And then, Bezrat Hashem, the client will input emotions or sensations or empowering beliefs and plant them in the subconscious mind that will enable the person to move forward in the area that they want to move forward in, right? So you might say, okay, Zelda, how do you know if I'm actually moving forward? How do you know if there was a shift? How do you know if something actually changed? So one of the ways that we know in the actual time that we're working together, we'll ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is the issue disturbing you? 1, it's nothing, minimal, 10 plus, it's something that you can't bear. It's something really, really upsetting, difficult. And after we've done the steps together, I'll ask you again, where is it? Where is it holding? Was there a change? Was it, instead of a 10, is it now an 8? Is it a 6? And we'll keep on repeating the steps until the actual issue goes down to a 1. It may be 1 session. It may be 10 sessions. It may be more than that, depending on how long-standing the issue is. If the issue is something that just happened yesterday, or something that happened in the last year, or something that happened in your childhood, or something that's ongoing, okay? Depending on the depth of it and the length of it, that's how long it will take to have the ultimate change. But over time, you definitely will see, even from the first treatment, you usually will see some sort of a lessening of the issue. Possible signs that you might experience after a treatment are that you'll feel more peaceful, you'll feel more relaxed, you'll find yourself being happier, you might even find yourself smiling and you don't even know why. One of my clients this morning, Israeli time, she told me, I had more energy. I was able to do sponge Motzi Shabbos. I was able to make an appointment for the dentist, and I have a terrible fear of going to the dentist. Things are going better with my husband, and things are going better in general in my life. So that was an example of one appointment with someone that told me what was going on in her life after the appointments. All right, you might feel more confident, you might have more concentration, you might have less pain and a physical ailment that's disturbing you. And you might find yourself reacting in a situation that normally you would get angry or frustrated. You would suddenly find yourself, oh, Baruch Hashem, I didn't get angry. I was able to stay centered and relaxed and calm. I was able to answer the person in a positive manner. I didn't get emotionally caught up in the situation. These are all signs that there was a shift on a subconscious level, and now you are healed on that level in the issue that we worked on, and it's yours, you own it. Okay, now what I want to do with everyone today is I actually want to do a treatment with all of you. Now it's very interesting for me to see just names and not actually see people's faces, but I will show you how to put your hands. Oh, thank you, ladies, for showing your faces. It was kind of like an unusual experience for me to be talking to a blank screen. Okay, so what you need to do is you can put your hands on what's called the head pose, where you basically cover your eyebrows, the bridge of your nose. Do not cover your nostrils, you need to breathe. And the back of your hand is on the largest part of your skull, your thumb being at the base of the skull. That's called the classic head pose in the TAT pool. Okay. Now, if you find it difficult, you can switch hands. Whatever is front, you can put back. Whatever is back, you can put front. And if you really find it difficult to hold up your hands, when you want to just take a look for a second, you can put your hands in what's called the heart pose. And then you can put your hands over your heart. And we can do the treatment just as effectively. But theoretically, they say that the head pose is more effective. So if any of you want to work on something and you feel like, oh, I need this to work today, now, this minute, so use the head pose. And if you want to just experience it and say, okay, whatever happens, happens, it's good. So put your hands in the heart pose. Okay, the process happens by itself. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to say anything. You just need to hear my voice, or you can repeat after me and say the sentences. Now, we're not going to do all the steps, but we will do a number of steps to give you a feel. So what you need to do is pick an issue, not a terribly big issue, because I don't want to have anyone having conniptions. I don't want anyone to have suddenly like a panic attack or something. Here's the head pose somebody asked. But pick something that's relatively easy, something like that on a scale of 1 to 10, it's bothering you on a level, let's say, of a 5. We don't want any major issues right now. And choose it, get it in your mind. And just say everything that led up to my resonating, identifying, and happening with this issue happened. And let your subconscious mind find the issue and quarantine it. Whatever it was, it happened, but it's over now. I'm okay now. I can relax now. I feel safe and secure. And I don't need to resonate, identify, or connect with this issue anymore. It's possible for me to feel better now. I am lovable now. I deserve and I accept love. Whatever it was, it really did happen, but it's over and I'm okay now. I can remember what it was, but it doesn't bother me so much anymore. I am and always have been worth loving. I can relax now, and I can live a happy, peaceful, and productive life. Now take a deep breath, and then exhale. And then you can all put your hands down. And if anyone wants to share, whether raising your hand or unmuting and say, yes, I felt a change, ask yourself, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is the issue bothering you now? And remember, we only did part of a TPOO. We didn't do a full treatment. Someone said very soothing. Any other responses? Did you all feel something calm down inside of you?
Oh, yes.
I did.
Yes.
Yes.
Very
I
good.
I don't know if I'm on speaker or not.
I hear you.
Okay, I chose a very small issue where I became very angry at a neighbor who's been doing a project for many months and been taking our parking spots and in our driveway and whatnot. And I got very angry one day and I got over it fairly quickly, but it's bothered me and it has helped get rid of. It was a very small issue, nothing relevant necessarily in my life, except that it really bothered me that I got so angry.
And now you feel calmer.
Yes, I always knew that was a small issue, and I asked Hashem to help me with the fact that sometimes I still get angry as much as I've worked on this issue. And I do feel calmer. I feel like I've let go.
Amazing. Now, what people discover is that working on past traumas from your childhood, meaning if your parents had issues between them and they were shouting, if you had a parent who often shouted at you, your natural subconscious response is going to be to interact as was done to you as a child. This is how you're going to react as an adult. It's a subconscious response. The fastest way to clear it is using a technique like TAT, where you focus on the traumas of when you were yelled at, when you were punished, when you were abused, whatever it was that happened in your youth. And then we basically undo it. Meaning you'll remember it, but it won't have the emotional or electric charge that it had. And then we put in your subconscious mind peace. And once there's peace, so then when you're in the present and you experience discourse in your life or upset, I see amazing things. People telling me it went down from a 6 to a 2. Some people said to me they felt relief. I'm really glad for all the responses. What will happen is that you'll no longer respond with the anger, the frustration, the irritability, the wanting to hit, whatever it was that you responded. And it wasn't like you worked on it. It wasn't like you held yourself back, you counted to 10. No, you have inner tranquility now. And the more you create that inner tranquility, the more people will see it on your day-to-day life that your actions and your responses will be in line with what you want them to be without struggling to achieve it. Do anyone have questions, or does anyone want me to run through it again from a different angle to help further clean up things? I don't know how much time we have, so I need to be directed with that.
What does TAT stand for, please?
Tapis is the name of the person who created it. Acupressure, which is like we're putting your hands either here or here, that's acupressure. And then therapy or technique.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You can find it online.
Mm-hmm.
And she has lots of things that you can sign up for and buy if you want to work with Tapis herself.
Thank you.
And you can do TAT alone, but you'd have to learn it. You can't just it's not enough just for me to give you the script and here you are, go, full force. There's many different situations, many different ways. You need to learn all the different aspects. I do not have a website. My phone number in Israel is 052-764-5214, or email. I don't have a smartphone. I do have a computer with internet, but my phone is what's called a kosher phone. So it's my name, Zelda, Zelda, Chazan, Chazan, @gmail.com. It's possible to do appointments through Zoom. I've done that before. I have clients. And I do work with males through the phone. I won't do it with Zoom. I won't do it in person, but I can do it over the phone. And yes, it works. I have clients even in America, male clients, that is. I've helped people with their shalom bias issues. You can also work with TAT on behalf of someone. And what that means is a mother could do TAT on behalf of her child for, let's say, bedwetting issues, or for behavioral issues, or for a person can do it on behalf of their spouse. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Charlene. So, if you can do intentionally the work for someone, right? Let's say somebody has a huge anger issue and this is disrupting the family. It's difficult. So, can you do the tap for not on him or telling him about it? Just do it for him with the intention of
Yes.
helping.
Yes, you can do it on their behalf. I look at it as tefillah, right? You can
Yes.
daven for someone. I for all my clients, I daven for them. I take their names, I daven for them, I say Tehillim for them. And then if let's say I'm doing it for my children, so I'll put my hands in the TAT pose and I'll go through the steps for their issues. Right, there are, yes.
And you do see results, because so far I've used the filler. I mean, I do that, and I'm so desperate. Sometimes I just ask God, I can't, but you can, and I ask Him to help me. And I know this Passover I had 30 people in my family. I asked Lifnei Hadlakat Nerot for Shalom Bayit. I begged, and you know what? The first Pesach that went smoothly. So I want to know, it's amazing. So I want to know if this technique, you can do energy work. I'm a massage therapy. I do Reiki also. I do energy work long distance, and I know it's felt because it's an energy, like a vibrational energy that people do feel. You don't have to talk, just they do feel it. So it's very similar, but I didn't know about the position of the hands. And so I put your hand on your heart. It's very human. We all do that anyway. But okay, so good. I'm glad I can do that. That helps people out.
Someone asked me how it works. I would say like this: how does davening work? When you take a siddur and you daven for your child, and then there's an effect. You're connecting to a Kadosh Baruch Hu and asking for a change. So I look at it, this is how I look at it. I can't say to you, this is what Tapas has in mind, but this is how I look at it. Then I'm putting my hands in the heart pose, or I'm putting my hands in the head pose. I'm focusing on the person. I'm focusing on their issue, and I'm focusing on the steps to help them to heal. And B'ezrat Hashem, Hashem allows me to be a tzinor, to be I need an English word.
A pipeline. He allows you to be a pipeline.
Yeah,
Conduit also.
Right, a conduit, a pipeline to enable a healing to come through me to them for whatever it is that they need. Right, it isn't what's called an energy-based therapy, okay? But so also healing is, also tefillah is, in a certain sense, it's energy-based. I'm davening for somebody in America, healing happens. How does that happen? Okay, it's somehow happening. That's my explanation, right? I'm not going into things like Reiki is something that, from my understanding, it's, there's certain things that you can do, certain things you can't do. With this, it's just like a form of davening, acknowledging the problem, focusing on the problem. You could even look at it as like a computer has a virus. You quarantine the virus. First, you find the virus, then you quarantine it. Then you replace the damage that the virus did. And then you put in new statements in order that the computer should run properly. So that's what we're doing to the mind. We're finding the issue in the mind. We're quarantining it. We're addressing it. And then we are moving it aside and replacing positive things into the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind accepts it. The subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between something that's factual or something that's fiction. So if I say it happened, it's over, and it's no longer bothering me, it goes into the subconscious mind. It's no longer bothering me. So when I'll be in that situation again, nothing's going to happen. Someone says, how is it different from EFT? EFT is tapping. You're tapping on meridian points, okay, to release whatever the issue is. Yes, it's similar, okay? I don't like tapping. Someone who had abuse in their life, so they find that the tapping is like abusive. You're banging on your body. Also, I think that EFT takes longer. I learned EFT. I don't use it anymore. Any other questions? We're good? Okay.
Zelda, hi Zelda, it's Naomi. I just wanted to know, so your background is not just with TAT, right? You do many different modalities.
That is correct. Originally, I learned healing, and then I learned massage, and then I learned medical massage and reflexology, aromatherapy. I was an instructor for many years at Michlelet Shalom. I ran the English department at Michlelet Shalom. So TAT is what I found to be the most effective, but I say mishalevet. I use it together with, let's say I might do TAT with someone and energy work. You might do TAT and crystal work, meaning a stone work. Depending on what my client needs, I might do one time a massage, or if someone's coming to me with a particular issue, I might do massage and reflexology, meaning I have, Baruch Hashem, many modalities to help my clients. But when people have issues, emotional things, or TAT is like what I find is the fastest, most effective technique that there's out there.
Well, it's really amazing because you have done a lot. So the fact that you're saying that is really quite amazing, actually, that you have found that is the most effective technique in terms of, emotional. Does it have anything to do with creating more neuro pathways in the brain? The whole idea of, what's the word I'm looking for? The whole idea of the brain being they used to think the brain
Neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you so much. So, right. So is by doing the things that they claim, I don't see you anymore. Is it by doing the things that they claim that you're providing people to do, you're creating new neural pathways in the brain, and therefore allowing through that new neural pathways, you're allowing the old thinking, the old traumas, etc., to be able to be released. Is that would you say that's
Is that what's happening?
In line with what you do? Yeah.
So I'll explain it like this. On a neuro level, I can't tell you, that's not my field. Okay. Also, Tapas in her website, she doesn't go there. She says it's energy based. Okay, the same way that I can put my hand on someone and I can send energy to their body and recharge them. How their body takes the energy, where it goes, and how it's used, I'm not trying to control that. I just ask Hashem to give them what they need and let it go where it needs to go. So the same thing here with the TAT. I'm not doing the work. My clients are doing the work. They're focusing on the issue. They're giving a place in their body, in their soul, in their subconscious mind that it actually happened. Because what happens is we go through things in our life and we push it aside. Well, if I'm saying it didn't happen, I don't want to go there, and we're stuffing it deep down inside of us. TAT says, no, it's okay to acknowledge that it happens. Once you acknowledge that it happens, you're no longer pushing it away. Once you acknowledge that it happens, you don't push it away, then you're able to let your body heal. And the healing process is something that Hashem does. I hope that answers on some level your question. Okay, on a neuro meta level, that's like, I can't answer that. You know, are new neurons being created? Are the old neurons disappearing? What's happening with the connections? I can't answer you because it's energy. I don't know what's happening on an energetic level. I can just say that it works. It works to the degree that I have one of my clients, she was on Cipralex for many, many years. She came to me, she says, I've been for 30 years trying to help myself. Anxiety, depression, maybe even some aggressive behavior. She came to me and she said, this is my last stop, and then I'm going to the psychiatrist to up the dose or get different medication. In the end, after 3 years of working with her, we worked on all her traumas from her childhood, her mother's aggressivity, her father's aggressiveness, her brother's aggressiveness, all the traumas that she went through. And 3 years later, she was able to reduce her medication. I don't even know if she needs it, but she's afraid to go off of it. And she's working a full-time job, and she's balanced and happy, and she's no longer coming. She is being productive, right? I can't say what happened inside her brain. All I can say is that her traumas were healed, were quieted, were dealt with, and now she's able to work from a place of peace. And from that place of peace, she's moving forward in life. Right? I have other clients that were diagnosed with manic depression. Someone asked me, do I work with men? So Shalom bias with a husband and a wife, that the husband was diagnosed with manic depression and the wife is extremely controlling. So I worked on the husband for his traumas. I worked on the wife for her traumas, and I worked on the husband and the wife for each other, meaning he told me the things that bothered him. So we worked on her behalf and we worked on his behalf in order that they shouldn't be grading on each other all the time. And Baruch Hashem, it worked. And they saw Yeshua's. And like he says, he doesn't know how it happened, but he's like, he can live with her now. He was holding by, I want to get divorced. And she was holding by, I can't live like this either. And Baruch Hashem, both of them are saying, like, we can live like this now. Okay, yes, he has issues. Yes, she has issues. They still need a lot of work because they both went through a lot of things, but things are much better. Any more questions? Any more thoughts?
Can we hear another technique or that you did?
It should, I'm sorry, just Lance, if you maybe put under TAPIS acupressure technique and see what comes up. And what was the question someone asked me verbally?
And what can you continue and do another example, another activity with us, or is it too late already?
I'm okay if the administration is okay. I don't know what the time.
You know what? She's going to come back. She's going to come back again. We try to do it within an hour framework, and we try to keep within that framework. So, so she will definitely come back to us, and Bezrat Hashem. So,
Can you put her
Rebbetzin, you go ahead.
in the chat, please? Can someone put the contact in the chat? So
Chaya, you can put it in the chat, but I also, for everybody, I already put it in the WhatsApp groups. All her number and her email.
That's what I meant, yeah.
In the chat, so no worries. But if you want to put it in as an add-in, please go ahead.